Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Overlord. It is season 2 episode, it's getting complicated, 9. And well, we finished off with a new group forming of 3 guys heading towards problems. So if you want to see the reaction, you know what to do. As always, go down into my descriptions. There you will find a link to replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots and enjoy the reaction. Please be aware that thus I completely didn't see that there was an after credit scene. I say a goodbye and afterwards the video goes on because I had recorded it later on and edit the after credit scene into the end. So just watch on, enjoy it, and then as always come back here. Hear out my thoughts about the episode, and well, I will see you soon. For those of you that came back, welcome back. So let's see what happened. There was an interesting episode. A lot was in the way that I expected. I did not think that we wouldn't see the adventurers. Maybe it was a misunderstanding of mine. I thought they would go for the brothel, but it seems they instead go for everything else. Okay. And we haven't seen Ainz, which is kind of sad, because I really hoped that we would see him in action a little bit. But we saw Sebas in action more or neither. There was not so much to see. He was so fast, you know. So let's see. Sebas is really interesting. So he stated he will try to take as many prisoners as possible, but if anyone opposes him, tries to fight him, he will kill. So that's a very strong statement. I already discussed it in the episode, but he doesn't give second chances. That would mean. So he states, I'm not an evil man. I don't go for the kill instantly, but he states that if you oppose me, then I will kill you. So he has a very strong point there. Well, a door cannot stop him, as we know now. I am not sure. I really thought in the episode when he was first at the brothel, I'm pretty sure this door wasn't made out of metal. I might be wrong, but I thought it was a wood door and they just changed it into a metal door now. If so, there was a minor mistake, but I can see why they did it, because it was an awesome scene. Him just punching through the door to open it. And it is one made of metal, so nice. So he doesn't need a weapon, he's just a brass knuckle fighter, you know? So that's a harsh thing. And he punches not only through doors, as we know now, he punches through sick bastards as well. Because the big guy is dead now. We had the other 2 guys, so we had Climb and Brain in the end, go through another door. So they split up the group, which is okay. It gives us a better option to see Climb and Brain fighting, because they are not as strong as Sebas is, and it gives us the opportunity to see them evolve, which I like. We finally saw those belts that were mentioned that Climb had. He got them from Gaganda. I'm always thinking about her name. I really have to watch it up always. Gagran, sorry. I know roundabout what her name is, but I always forget it. Gagran. Wasn't it Gaganda or something like that? Yeah, whatever. I like her. So those belts are... That's a very clever equipment he has there by now, because if you're not able of having thievery skills and you do not have magic that can compensate it, instead go for equipment. Very well done. So she is really looking out for him. So she gave him belts that show hidden doors, that show traps. So, and you could see he had this package where different items were inside. I really like this idea that he, although not being incredibly strong himself, has a lot of equipment that, if used wisely, will compensate a lot of his flaws. That is really nice. So they found a hidden door, they found the trap, and walked in. We jump back to Sebas. We jump back to, I'm not sure what his name was. Is this constable, as he states to be, who was in the brothel hitting a woman. I guess it was a woman. Hitting a woman. So he's someone who enjoys inflicting pain, and by the way that the girl looked, it was not an kind of SM relationship where it is agreed on, you know? There are people who like it, so if they agree, then there just have to be a level where you find each other. But no, he's just a sick bastard who likes inflicting pain, and especially as it seems to people who are not able to defend themselves. So yeah, I'm definitely not saying it is good that he got killed, but you cannot deny that he at least partially deserved it. As Sebas stated, you're not worth living. It's a strong one. I mean, he has very strong opinions. He is very much like the knight going for the good, you know. Yeah, let's just not discuss about if people are deserving to live or not, because that is something where we can discuss endlessly. However, he finished him off very fast, not so much of a surprise. And hopefully this brothel is done forever now, although the fact that the Zero, the leader of the Six Arms, already stated he wants to get his men out of the prison, and he was not like, we will get him out of prison by force. He just was, tell someone and he will be out. So question is if this raid on the brothel really did help on a long run. Unless you smash the whole organization, it is very likely that they will just reinstate a new one within weeks, I guess. And then we had the really interesting fight between Climb and Succulent. So, Succulent. Succulent is one of the six fingers, the other five we have here. And it's a very nice combination of classes. So he's a fencer and an illusion mage. So he mainly uses illusion to improve his fighting, which is nice. Interesting concept. I liked it. Has its flaws, and we've seen those in the end. But has some good benefits if you're someone on equal level. If the enemy is not prepared for your specific kind of fighting, this gives you the edge that might change the game. It was interesting to see. So he illusioned a wrong arm and sword where it wasn't. In the middle of the fight, in my opinion, Climb for a short moment had the correct idea and then did not go further with it. So I think he made a mistake there. Climb stated, I cannot rely on defense because I do not see where it is coming from. So he went into offense. And by doing so, he realized that the arm of Succulent is not where it's supposed to be. So he realized how the illusion works. In my opinion, he should have stayed on the offense. Even Succulent stated that he is less of a fighter than Climb is. So, while Succulent is on attack, you cannot defend properly because you do not see where the attack is coming from. But if Succulent is in defense, you know, you just have to smash him. It is a matter of time. He will make a mistake. And I think those illusions, as most magic, is a matter of concentration. So, when it comes to sword fighting and stuff alike, it is very often that you have like specific kinds of sets where what you attack, like, you know, upper left, lower right, you know, in and get faster. And there are some maneuvers which are said to be hard or nearly impossible to riposte or parade. So if you would just go for this and swing faster, while keeping in mind that Succulent is bound kind of to the place because he has to defend Crocodile, that would have been, in my opinion, the option for Climb to win. If Climb would have stayed on the offense, I think he would have had a very good chance of winning. But he didn't, and thus made a mistake and fell. It was pretty clever, however, that he closed his eyes. When he did it, in my mind, because I'm a computer guy, I like games, he closed his eyes, and I was like, hello, stranger. Close your eyes and listen. And I was like, what the heck? It's so fitting. No, it's stay a while and listen, but those of you who know what I mean, I hope you had fun with that one. So yeah, but it was a clever move. You cannot trust your eyes. Question is, do you close your eyes and trust your other senses? And it worked in this case. What he didn't see coming, however, was this fox cunning, fox sleep effect. So kind of a play dead effect. So he thought he did a critical hit, but he didn't. And by that he was backstabbed. It's fair. It is what Succulent is focused on, showing the wrong informations, and he fell for it in the end. So that's why he lost. Although he then stood up again and tried to fight on just by bravery and courage and his inner force to not give up, because he's standing for the princess. I see that. This is more Anisa what I think it is like an extension from the last episode. We had the effect that Climb was standing in front of Sebas and had this death effect in front of him, this blood rage of Sebas. And he, although struggling with it, didn't fall. He did not give up. And this inner strength, I think it is just, again, what it is about for him. And Brain stated it later on to Gazev, that this is what makes Climb special. Propels him above his normal status. Because as a sword fighter, he is good, but nothing special at all. Gold level, you know. But this may give him the upper hand in many fights. Although it is a very risky thing. He cannot count on it, you know. It is a thing, if you are close to death, then you have a little edge, which gives the benefit. But he was still bleeding out, so he would possibly have died. And the other thing is, there might be attacks in the future who are not like nearly killing you. A little bit more, and he would have been dead. So, but it shows his strength, his inner strength. That's nice. Well, then Brain comes in. That was a bit strange. So he comes in, and Succulent doesn't attack him by stating, if I would attack him now, he would instantly kill me. So he was like, I see this one is way stronger than me. But then he stated his name, and they were like, oh my god, it's him. And then he said, yeah, I will kill you, I can finish you. So what? I don't get that one. Did I miss something there? Because they started off like, I cannot kill this guy, to, I will easily kill this guy. That made no sense, because in the moment when he came in, Climb was injured, and Brain was more neither helping him. That might have been a good option to attack. You know? Might have been. I don't see... I mean, they wanted them to talk to each other and, like, present to each other, but that felt somehow weird. However, I like the fact that Crocodile is, as it seems, not a fighter at all. None. I mean, he didn't even try, you know? I'm not sure if he has any weapons at all. I wouldn't be surprised if he's ever going into whatever kind of fighting, he would be more like, you know, the trickster, more like going for poison or stuff like that. Not in a real fight. He would maybe like try to poison people. Just general idea. Well, Brain made very, very, very fast work when it came to killing off Succulent, because his ring, which we know already, although I didn't see him cast it, but he has it activated, I guess, does not only improve his speed and accuracy, as we know, it seems he is able to see hidden, meaning invisible persons with it. Talking about D&D, which is the base rules that is applied to this universe by the creator, it is just an invisible effect, and he has true seeing. But there is something called greater invisibility, and I guess that is what Sebas has, so possibly that's why it didn't work. Because he was really shaken again by the fact that Sebas just appeared, you know, just walked in, and they didn't see him coming. I am not sure if Sebas really did just appear. I wouldn't be surprised if he would have been standing there already for a while and watched how those two guys handle this fight. It's not like anyone could stop him, you know. Question is if he would have interfered. Would he have interfered in case Climb would have been really dying? I don't know. Because I don't think that he has, like, you know, friendship feelings or stuff like that already for the guys. He knows them since an hour or two. He, I think, kind of respects Climb for the fact that he's able to go over the fear of death. Because that's something that is important and a strong thing. But apart from that, he's not important to him. So I guess he would have possibly just have let him die there. Let me see. We had that, we had the field. Here we go. Yeah, then we just went back into 2 or 3 separate ways now. So, Sebas is back at the mansion. Solution is waiting, looking... I mean, seriously, she looked mean at this moment. She was like, you know, glare of death. And Ainz is there and waiting for him. So I'm pretty sure this is what we will see next episode. The talk between Sebas and Ainz. And what it is about. Sebas had a very own journey of... well, in the end, what he did is making sure that no one touches the girl. And attacks his mansion. I mean, he finished off both guys. The one he just more neither punched the heart out, and the other he watched while he was taken. As he promised he would at least try not to kill him, and he hadn't to because the other twos took care of Succulent. So, which brings me to Succulent still being alive. So he is not dead, surprisingly. He's taken prisoner, and if the others of the 6 arms get him out of prison, he is, in my opinion, likely to tell him what happened and who was part of it. I'm not sure if he was aware of Sebas being there, because he was already on the ground when it happened. So it might be we get off with Blue Eye. But if he was aware of Sebas, then he will definitely tell the 6 arms, okay, it is this guy from the mansion where we were. He is behind it somehow. And then they will go for the mansion. If not, I guess the 6 arms will push out against Brain and against Climb. Which brings in Gazev. Because it's very likely that when they attack Brain, Gazev might be around. So that is a big fight coming. If they go for Climb, well, we have seen Princess Renner freaking out already in the end of this episode. That may be interesting as well. And she has the adventurers on her side. So that's the question. Sebas, was he visible or not? Do they know of Sebas? Then it might be that it's a very fast thing, because possibly Ainz will interfere. If they do not know about Sebas, it might be he just can be a bystander and watch what's going on, and then can decide if he joins in or not. We will see. In general, Brain was becoming more and more friendly in the last episodes, and in the end he now kind of befriended Climb. He befriended Gazev, who already kind of reached out his hands, in my opinion, in friendship. But now they're talking to each other first names, and he learned a valuable lesson, which is very interesting. The fact that when you fight for someone else for a greater purpose, it might happen that you have more strength due to it than you normally would have. So that's something that's new to him, and I like the fact that he's learning that. However, that still gives you just so much more strength. If you're fighting someone who's incredibly overpowered, then that doesn't help at all. Last but not least, we had Renner. So, I mean, we've seen in the intro-outro parts already that she is not what she seems to be. And I agree, as I said already, that it is sad that they gave that spoiler already. Seriously not needed. However, so I'm not sure what she is, if she's just a mere human acting very strange. However, in front of the mirror, she's training how to smile. So she puts her face in the correct thing, watch it. So she is like a master puppeteer. Like someone she's aware who she is and what she is meant to look like. So she knows, if I want everyone to think I'm just a cute little princess, then I have to act like that. And that's what she's doing. So one might guess that most of the things we know of her are just an outer facade, just an appearance she keeps up and makes everyone believe in. What her inner and true self is, we do not know. We know that she's incredibly intelligent, because that is something you cannot play. So she was able to decipher incredibly fast. So that's the thing. And by being incredibly intelligent, she possibly calculates what she's doing, how to do it. So when the maid came in, which she knows doesn't like climb, she searched for the perfect face so that the maid trusted her, you know, and was like, oh yeah, it's just a stupid Princess Renner, you know. However, there's one thing in the end. So, and that's interesting. She somehow seems to have something for climb. I don't know if it is love or if it is a strange affection or maybe something kind of sick, you know, but she's very protective of him. That is a fact. And to the way that she says, whoever will do anything against my climb will die. She's not like, I will make them pay. She's like, I will kill them. I will simply kill them all. So, okay, crazy. But however, the thing, my climb, means a bit of possession. So I think she's kind of possessive. And for her, he is something like a trophy boy. You know, the concept of a trophy wife, why not for a man? So maybe he is kind of like a trophy boy, trophy man for her. Just in the meaning of, he's a nice silver knight who's in for the defense. He's very much a part of the facade that she's keeping up as well. By looking like the nice and handsome, but not dangerous princess, she needs the silver knight in armor who protects her. So that is very fitting. And then we have those guys here in the picture. So the 6 arms, 5 of them are here. Number 6 we already know. I wrote down the name. Well, one might guess about the names of each of them that they have a specific kind of skill set. Look forward to it. I hope we will see a bit of their fighting style. The one thing that stood out to me, however, is this undead king, Davernok. Not by himself. I mean, sure, I guess we are all waiting for the moment that he's standing in front of Ainz and like, I am the king of the undead, and raises, I don't know, 100 skeletons. And then Ainz is like, oh, sweet. Shows who he is and just, you know, knocks him out of the game. Would be nice. But the thing I was aware of is the fact that he has an orb again. So there's another of those purple orbs. I'm not sure if it is the same kind of orb as we had in Season 1. But I would guess it is. In this case, I think it was able... This was the orb that was able to create those undead dragons. I think it was a level 7 spell. Was it? Or was it 5? Not sure. However, it seems to be loaded, so it possibly is able to improve his powers to boost out some bigger spells. But if it is the same kind of orb, it only has so much of power in it, and then it has to be recharged. So, would be interesting if it is the same, because it would go into a specific theme of those. There are some items who are not lying around everywhere, but you can get them for some specific kind of magic or to use. For the others, well, a lot of fighters, mainly. I mean, it is to be a protection group, so you will more need fighters than, I don't know, mages or like. We will see what comes out of it. Possibly they will all get punched in the face very soon. So, that's it. Next episode, as I said, I hope for Ainz and Sebas to have a talk. I really hope that Ainz is kind of okay with what's happened, because he wants his fellow mates to do by themselves what they think to be right. But that would mean that we will have later on a discussion with Solution, I guess. I hope we will see kind of a clinch already with the 6 arms in the next episode, but I'm not sure if it will be. But I think in the next or second next episode, we will possibly have the arc closing a little bit and maybe learn a bit more about Princess Renner and what she is up to. Still waiting for this marquee to show up together with the prince. They were just shown as players but haven't made any move yet, so maybe we'll learn about them as well. That's it for this time. I hope you liked. As always, please feel free to comment, like and subscribe. And yeah, that's it for this time. Until the next time, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.